going to start on Apple TV Plus, while it's still Apple TV Plus, with a 5-part documentary series called Mr. Scorsese. And here's a clip.
Where are we going? What stories do we want to tell? I knew I could express myself with pictures, but I had to find my own way.
Well, Martin Scorsese has directed some of my favourite films, including the superb Goodfellas. He's also done Taxi Driver, Raging Bull. Works a lot with the same actors, doesn't he? Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, Harvey Keitel. And this is a look back at his life and career with extensive contributions from him and from people he's worked with. I've watched episode 1, and it's fascinating because he talks about his childhood, growing up in the 1940s in New York's Lower East Side, and lots of people living in one room. And the reason he got interested in films was he had asthma, and he used to get taken to the cinema because it was air conditioned, so it was easier for him to breathe. So that's what kind of ignited his love of film, and he was very influenced by the sort of new wave European directors. And meanwhile, from living in Little Italy, where there was a sort of mafia presence, you can see why he was very much drawn to that world in a series of films, of great films. So you've got the likes of Spielberg, De Niro, Daniel Day-Lewis, Leonardo DiCaprio. And this first episode, he did take on a movie called Boxcar Bertha, which he finished, but he was advised, just make films that you really want to make, that you love, and he took that on board. And what a career he has had. He's such an outstanding filmmaker, and he just comes across as such a lovely guy. I mean, no one's got a bad word to say about him. And coming from really humble beginnings, I mean, I'm sure when living where he lived and in the community, the idea that he was going to grow up and become a film director, people must have thought, you're mad, that's never going to happen. But he did, and he just comes across incredibly well. He's very articulate, and you're going to see clips from all these wonderful films. So I absolutely love this. What did you think, Hannah?
I love anything where you get to know more about a person, because obviously they're kind of the person behind so many things that we absolutely love, and then you get to see why they are like they are, and why they produce like they do, and why they direct like they do, or where they act like they do, etc., etc. And I think we talk about this a lot in music documentaries and sports documentaries as well, where you get to sort of see behind the curtain and really get to see the person. And I had no idea about his asthma. I had no idea about kind of how he'd got to where he'd got to. And I love kind of the idea of, when I watch anything of his anymore, I'm going to see it through a different lens in a way of how he was, how he sees things. So, he says he was always looking out of the window, and that's why he likes those high angle shots. And of course, when you look back at so many of these productions, that's exactly what you see. And so, as you say, I mean, just an absolutely incredible talent, 82 years old now, which is, shocks me as well to a degree, although it feels like he's been around forever. It's I don't know, you come away learning something about somebody who really has made such a mark on the industry. So thoroughly recommend.